What's good, YouTube? This video is going to be about 4 signs a man likes you through texts. Now, y'all got to remember, while it's 560 something videos on this channel, a lot of people are new. They haven't been able to scroll through all the videos. They don't even know where to start looking. At this point, it's information overload. Because of that, I have to revisit some of these older topics so that people just are caught up. And it's a healthy reminder for most of you if you're still dating. But before I start, I've decided I wanted to give away 50 free coaching calls. That's right, 50 free coaching calls. A lot of people can't afford services. A lot of people think it's too expensive. A lot of people have problems or resource issues. I want to give away 50 free coaching calls. So if you want to know how to get one, DM me the word free call on Instagram at KevHick24 or on Facebook on the Kevhick Talks page. Both of those links will be in the description. Or if you don't have Instagram or Facebook, for my people who don't like social media, you can email me the words free call at talkwithkevhick@gmail.com for instructions on how to get your free call. The first 50 people who follow the instructions get a free call. Now onto this topic. With that said, the first sign that a man likes you through text is, of course, he always texts first. Listen, if you're on a guy's mind, if he's thinking about you, if he's excited to get to know you, if he has any give a damn at all about if something happens between you, you're going to be on his mind, and he's going to be trying to figure out how to reach out to you, how to contact you, how to talk to you, how to add you to his day. Now, of course, I'm not a big fan of text messaging, but this is the video. We're talking about text messaging signs. He should add phone calls to this as well. You guys should both kind of get on a regimen where you call each other and respect each other. But even so, when he texts you first, and he always texts you first, he's making sure that he reaches out to you. He's trying to let you know, hey, you're on my mind. I'm thinking about you. I'm serious about getting to know you, right? I'm not playing. I'm not, just wasting your time. I'm really trying to poke at you and figure out some things about you. I'm trying to become important, get closer to you in some way. And so he'll just poke at you. Okay. So if a guy's texting you first all the time, right, it's a sign that you're really on his mind. And if you're on a man's mind, then you can ultimately be in his heart. But if you're not on a man's mind, you can never be in his heart. This is a prerequisite of love. A man has to have the propensity, the bandwidth, and the interest to actually think about you, to daydream about you. You have to be on a man's mind to get in his heart. So this is a good first step. Him always texting you first. Moving on. The second sign a man likes you through text is he usually gives you pretty prompt responses, right? Okay, that's not to say he's waiting by the phone, hitting you right back instantaneously before you're even done typing your message, and it still says typing on your side, right? He's not sitting there trying to figure out how to race to the phone to get to you, but he's not playing games either. He's not making you wait 2 days, 3 hours, 4 hours when you know he's taking a shit, sat down at a table, ate lunch, did other stuff that he could have just hit you back for. Okay, if a man's really interested in you, it's not inconvenient to him to put down what he's doing if it's not work and just hit you back, right? In fact, he's waiting for the opportunity to communicate with you. He's waiting for the opportunity for you to give him a reason to talk to you. He's looking for a reason. In fact, he's pretty honored and he's pretty excited that you're thinking about him and you're texting him. So if you do text a guy, when he likes you, he gets back to you in a reasonable time period. Probably won't be instant, but it won't be in hours. It won't take all day for him to reply every time. A lot of y'all sit right next to a person who will never put their phone down. But somehow or another, you think when you're not with them and you text them, they must have had the phone in the other room. They must have been busy. How many of us put our phones down? How many people don't have their phone in their pocket, feeling the vibrations or hearing the ringtones or text tones? How many people don't check their phone at work? If he doesn't have his phone in the locker at work, if he has a normal job like most of us where we can just have our phone in our pocket, most people check their phones at work. They check their phones on their lunch break. They sit on the toilet on their phones. People do everything with their phones. So when a guy's taking all day, he's not interested. When a guy's hitting you right back or hitting you back in a reasonable time period, that's real interest. That's genuine interest. Or I'll say it like this. The likelihood of it being genuine interest is much higher when you're getting prompt text back. Because think about it. When you have to play that game where you wait for a while before you text a guy, you're itching to text him back. You don't like, I'll text him back later. When you really like a guy and you have to play that game, you have to pretend to wait so you don't look too desperate. You're itching to text him back. You already pre-wrote the text. You're just waiting to send it. When you like a person, you want to talk to them and you're looking for a reason. Any reason will do. Guys are not different. Not in that way. Moving on. The third sign that a guy likes you through text is he doesn't give lazy replies. He actually gives you detailed responses. If you ask a man 3 questions in your text message, he'll give you 3 answers. If you mention 4 things, he'll address those 4 ideas or 4 things in his response. He's not just chopping off the conversation by shortcutting his answers. He's not just giving you acronyms and emojis as answers. He's actually giving you thoughtful and complete text correspondence. Now, to be honest, some people are intellectuals, and so they're going to do that anyway. But a lot of guys have to like you to give you that level of thought or consideration in text message. A lot of guys would rather just talk on the phone and have that conversation and say those things. But y'all can't get most of these guys on the phone anymore. That's why I got to do this damn video. So if you're just text messaging, when a guy's texting you paragraphs or lengthy replies, when he's writing a book, or even when he's just being very thorough and very prompt in his responses like the last time, that's a really good sign that he has some interest, because men don't waste words or time when they don't like a woman. Some men will show up like this for sex and then get very brief. But again, most of those guys are even lazy. Most guys who are looking for sex now just give you some lazy ass text and play all the same games. In fact, guys are actually trained that if they give a woman too much, if they text her back too soon, or if they text her too lengthy, then they actually are pushing themselves away from sexual opportunity, because women don't like to be needed or wanted by a guy. They want to kind of chase a guy a little bit. And so men are actually taught not to engage really heavily in text or conversation. So a man breaking that rule isn't necessarily a good fuckboy in training, because he's not following the F-boy rules. So again, thoughtful, lengthy responses through text messages mean the guy has some interest in getting to know you and getting familiar. Moving on, the fourth, the final sign that a guy likes you through text messages on this video is, as soon as you text him you're bored, or you don't have anything to do, or you allude to being free, he tries to figure out how he can turn this text into a date. He's more curious about what your weekends are, what you're doing, what your schedule is. He's not just asking those things because he's, bored or doesn't have any business of his own. He's trying to find areas or holes in your schedule where he has the better likelihood of securing a date with you. So a guy will, start with the boring pleasantries. Hey, what you doing this weekend? What you doing tonight? With this, with that. If you always have an answer, oh, I'm doing this. Oh, I'm doing that. Oh, I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And he's really interested. He might be a little bit scared to ask you, hey, while I'm going out, and it shouldn't be, the masculine thing to do is just to do it. But some guys aren't necessarily great with women. Some guys aren't as comfortable talking to women or asking women out. It's a nerve-wracking thing for a woman that you actually like. The idea of her rejecting you or not liking you back, or you jumping the gun too early and her like, wait, I thought we were just friends. Whatever that case may be, some guys have to warm up to that. So they'll ask about your schedule, or they'll always ask about what you're doing. So the moment you say, man, I don't have shit to do this weekend, I'm so bored, I ain't got nothing to do. Man, there's nothing going on around here. God is dull. Like whatever you do that alludes to you being free and available, he tries to turn that text message conversation into a date. He's trying to figure out how to insert himself into your day or into your life physically, how to make a date from text messaging. And on the contrary, if you allude to you being available, you being bored, you not having anything to do, and the guy's like, oh, that's crazy, he always just kind of lets that moment pass, it's because he's not looking to go on a date with you. He probably doesn't like you. And if he doesn't show any of these other signs, you probably shouldn't be talking to him anymore, because at that point, you're pursuing him. And if a man doesn't like you, he shouldn't be on top of or inside of you if you're looking for love and relationships. If you have sex with a guy who's not giving you at least a few of these, then the likelihood is you're probably just going to be a fling or friends with benefits. Not really a friend, just basically benefits. So anyway, I hope that helps. We're just getting back to the basics here, doing some house cleaning for the new people coming in. Follow me at Kevhick24 on Instagram. Again, if you want your free call, follow the directions in the front of the video. Write me the word free call on Facebook, Instagram, or Gmail. If you follow the instructions, you will get a free call. Well, at least until I get to 50. But there are thousands of y'all, so that shouldn't be very difficult, right? I probably wouldn't drag my ass on this. A lot of people want free. Anyway, that's all I got for now. I'll get with y'all later.